Hello, and good afternoon to my amazing audience. Welcome to the Let It Go and Flourish podcast show. You are welcome. I am your host and I thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to spend time with me. If you are tuning in for the first time, Let It Go and Flourish is a transformative podcast that guides you to become the best version of yourself professionally and personally. I would like to invite you to join us in the metaverse, and you can do so by going to my biz in the box, merlynclarke.com. That's MERLYNCLARKE.com, and you will see that big link there for the podcast show. So come on in and join us. We would love to have you experience this. The inspiration for the podcast came from my book, Let It Go and Flourish. Live a life of peace, passion, and purpose, which, by the way, is on sale on Amazon. You may also purchase a signed copy directly from me for an additional cost of $5, and that covers the shipping. That $5 covers the shipping to you. Now, today you are in for a special treat. But before I do that, I would like to give a big shout out to the HELLO team, HELLO, David and Tyra Bush, co-founders of the Metaverse and HELLO Plaza, HELLO LLC. Now, HELLO is not about them saying hello. They do that anyway, but it's helping everyone live life optimally. Okay, so HELLO is a framework for helping everyone live life optimally. So I'm just giving a big shout out to this amazing couple for making this space available to us. Now, as I said, you are in for a special treat today. I am fortunate to have Adrienne Barker, MAS, as my fantastic guest. But before I present her to you, let me share a little about Adrienne. Adrienne Barker, MAS, is a seasoned business coach, fractional chief marketing officer, and podcast producer dedicated to helping businesses thrive through innovative strategies and personalized coaching. With over 3 decades of experience, Adrienne's career journey began in her family business, where she honed her entrepreneurial and leadership skills. In 2015, she pivoted to establish professional global etiquette, combining her passion for professional development and business growth. As certified master advertising specialist, MAS, Adrienne is a trusted expert in branding, marketing, and business development. She has produced over 10 podcasts, including her own series. Wait for it. Adrienne Barker Speaks, No Prep Needed. That's the name of her own series. And she is the driving force behind her upcoming book, Brave, Bold, Brilliant, which will showcase inspiring interviews with extraordinary individuals. Adrienne is also a sought-after LinkedIn trainer, offering workshops tailoring to help professionals optimize their online presence and generate impactful leads. Her partnerships with institutions like Bethune University and her role as a guardian and LETM reflect her commitment to service, education, and advocacy. Residing in Daytona Beach, Florida, Adrienne enjoys a fulfilling personal life with her husband, 4 children, and 3 grandchildren. Whether coaching businesses, speaking on stage, or enjoying the beach, Adrienne's authentic approach continues to inspire and empower those around her. And for more information about Adrienne, just Google Adrienne Barker, MAS. I present to you Adrienne Barker. Adrienne.
I can't wait. I can't wait to meet Adrienne. That was the best introduction. This is the most incredible experience. This is so creative of you. I am just blown away. Merlyn, I'm blown away. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Thank you so much for accepting the invitation. Now, you and I met on the Chatter social media platform. And for those of you who do not know about Chatter, we connected on LinkedIn. Okay? And for those who are not sold on how we can make great connections on social platforms, here we are. I make most of my connections on social platforms. And Adrienne, you are a rock star in what you do. Your bio states that you are a podcast producer. How do you use this platform to help others?
So being a podcast producer, and when you're saying platform, are you talking about Chatter?
We're talking about you are a podcast producer. So how do you use that? How do you help others with that?
So I produce podcasts. I have a client called Market Domination LLC. Founder is Seth Green. So I assist him with a couple podcasts. It's been a pleasurable experience, and helping people to start their podcast and then understand how a podcast can bring business and can bring referrals is really the key. A lot of people think I'm going to have a podcast and I'm immediately going to get subscriptions and everyone is going to want to have an ad with me, but often that doesn't work. So I love podcasts, and I started my own in 2020.
Fantastic. Yes. I have been wanting to do this for a while, and I said, this is the year I'm going to do this, So here we are. Thank you for explaining. Now, as a seasoned business coach, please share how you help business owners thrive.
I love that. Merlyn, I just have to take a step back. Not only did you say I'm going to do it, but you're so creative. You did something so unusual. And I'm sure everyone watching this is just blown away. And look how great I look. I haven't looked that good in jeans in a long time. This is an amazing experience. How I help business owners. You're welcome. So I grew up in the promotional products industry. That is really my niche market. It doesn't mean that I haven't helped other people. And the promotional products, logo merchandise, all the pens that have it imprinted on it, all the times mugs that have logos on it, that's the industry that I'm referencing. And I help businesses because I have over 35 years of experience. I help them from all the way from starting their business to their processes, to their marketing and branding, to sales support. I also train salespeople. So I do a wide variety under the umbrella of promotional consultant mastery. Then I never want to forget that I have years of experience mentoring businesses for free with score.org. And that's over 400 hours a year. So I also coach now on the side because I've got the experience, I've got the education, and I know what I'm doing. And I'm happily seasoned at 62. So I'm able to consult and we're really finding what the problem is, what the company is needing, and then we work together. So I absolutely love what I do.
Fantastic. She loves what she does. And as she said, she's a seasoned professional at 62. And you're like me. You sound like you also are a lifelong learner, always learning new skills. I'm always looking for new ways to bring value to others. And you sound like that's exactly what you do. And I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Now, your bio indicates that your career journey began in your family business where you honed your entrepreneurial and leadership skills. Tell us a little about that.
I would love to. My parents actually, right before they got married, my mom's dad showed, my mom's dad was actually a tour driver in New York in the Coney Island area, Long Island. And my grandfather showed my parents a blind from like shade, like a blind, like a long blind. And it was imprinted. And he said, this is going to be the future. This is something you should consider. So when my parents came back from their honeymoon in Havana, they went to South Florida and they started immediately and they started to grow the business. They settled back in Connecticut and married in Connecticut, which is wonderful. And in 1955, Barker Specialty Company was born. It's gone through a few rebrands. My brother is at the helm right now. Well, actually, we have a beautiful woman who is the CEO, Karen. So it's been a wonderful journey. I just knew I worked in the family business. I left the family business to work for Muscular Dystrophy Association. They were my client. And every time I went in there to, do the work for Muscular Dystrophy Association, I think they could tell that I just loved it. So when the opportunity came about that I could work full time for Muscular Dystrophy Association, the number one health organization with Jerry Lewis, I jumped at it and I said yes. And I enjoyed I think it was about 12 years. And then I had my third child, lovely Rudy. And at that point of time, I just couldn't do it. It was very difficult running the telethon and doing all the work with a baby. I came back to the family business a much different person because now I had the opportunity to see how the nonprofit is one thing, but it still ran as a business. So how a corporate business works. That was thrilling to me. And that would have been 1995 that I left MDA to rejoin the business. And then as life would have it, you know what? It takes a lot to sell. And after 35 years, Merlyn, I lost my mojo and I tried to find it. I looked everywhere for it. It was gone. It just wouldn't come back. And I realized what I was missing was corporate etiquette training. And what everyone around me was missing when I saw them sell and interact. And I thought, I'm not the only one. We all really need corporate training, etiquette training, so we could feel comfortable. Because I thought if I feel nervous doing certain things, how do I pick someone up at the airport? How do I put them in my car? What do I eat for dinner? We're like everything when you think about it, starting conversations, staying off your phone. It's a million things. Once I learned it, I went to the Protocol School of Washington and I just never looked back. And I opened up Professional Global Etiquette and here I am today.
Wow. What a journey that has been. That is, and that is something that we need. And wow, you see, that's what it is. You are such an innovator. What you look at the problem and you found a solution for it. So thank you so much for sharing. Yes, I remember watching the telethon of MDA on TV way back then with Jerry Lewis. I enjoyed watching that and also participating. Great experience. Now, in 2015, you pivoted and you established Professional Global Etiquette, where you combine your passion for professional development and business growth. Elaborate on that and share any obstacles you may have encountered and how you overcame those obstacles. Because this show is called Let It Go and Flourish. So we want to say you're flourishing now, but I know every successful person I have met, they did not gain success overnight. There were some challenges, some obstacles. So share that with us. Elaborate
I
on
appreciate that.
any obstacles that you may have encountered.
So first I needed to decide, what school am I going to go to? Once I realized I love the idea of going into corporate etiquette, what does that look like? Am I going to teach children? And I knew that as much as I could do that, I really wanted to focus on business. That was very important to me. So I looked at a variety of different schools. And honestly, I think I picked the best school, the Protocol School of Washington. And that is in Washington, D.C. They train, at the time it was four times a year, about 22 people and a lot of ambassadors, just amazing group of people, the cabinet members that were in training. I remember thinking we all needed help in making an introduction and how to do a handshake. I wasn't the only one to make sure I'm doing things correctly. But then how do you sell yourself? I didn't even have a name. So then what I had to do was really look at my own marketing and branding. So I spent the summer, which by the way, we were traveling. I left at this point in time. I left Aventura, Florida, Miami, and moved to Tucson with a goal to go to China. So, Tucson was a little stop on the way to China. Anyways, so as I'm looking at everything and figuring out what I'm going to do, I realized every day I had to do something. So first I put my name in everywhere. So I opened up as many social media pages and what I could do in 2015 to get my name out. I had to pick the logo, of course. And then some of the challenges were getting to be known and also doing some sample workshops, letting people see my personality. And I'm funny. I mean, it's edutainment. I'm going to teach you, but I'm going to teach you the way I want to learn. And that is through playfulness. So I was in Tucson. I immediately had to get on a bunch of boards, immediately joined committees, got into SCORE. So I was the vice president of Southern Arizona. And I had that position for a couple of years and absolutely loved it. So every day, the best advice I could say, even when overcoming obstacles, is move forward. So my biggest obstacle in my life, and I will share this with you, Merlyn, is that I have a birth defect and it's called medullary sponge kidney. I don't talk about it a lot, but my kidneys look like sponges and they're filled with stones. So at that time, I was dealing with a lot of stones and a lot of pain. But even today, when I have a kidney stone, I wasn't feeling great yesterday at all. I have to move forward. Otherwise, we are going to be stale, and that doesn't help. So yes, I was at the same time, Merlyn, I got certified to teach business English. And because my goal was to go to China and teach conversational business English. So I took the courses, graduated. I think one of them was a Cambridge course, and graduated, got that certificate. And then it was just continuing to get certificates, continuing to do my leadership development, and then putting myself out there, which I am doing today. And even now, Chatter has been amazing for me. So I say, Merlyn, this is my advice. Say yes to opportunities and figure it out later. Don't worry so much about, oh my gosh, can I do this? What's going to happen? Just say yes and see what happens at that point. Figure it out afterwards.
Fantastic. And that is such great advice, because oftentimes people get into this mode of limiting beliefs, self-doubt. I want to do, but can I do it? Can I do it? And that's correct. Say yes and figure it out. Because if you never say, you'll never get started. Too many of us wait for the perfect time to do something. And there is no perfect time. Actually, the time to start anything is now. And I'm so glad you jumped on that. I am so happy. And you, even with your kidney problems, it doesn't stop you. Because when you're motivated and you're inspired, it pushes you forward. So I'm so happy you shared that with us. And I know that someone out there is benefiting from this information. Don't let those obstacles stop you, because you are going to encounter obstacles. Not if, but when you encounter obstacles, you have to take actions. Be a doer. Be a doer. All right. Now, you are a podcast producer, including your series, Adrienne Barker Speaks, No Prep Needed. Tell us about that and what inspired you to create that show.
Okay, so thank you, Merlyn. COVID. During COVID, I realized I was missing people. I was missing the people that I knew. And so I started to do a few lives, and then it resulted to let's do some candid conversations. And at the time I said, I don't need to know anything. I don't want someone to have to fill out a form. Just come in and let's talk. And it was very exciting. I love that Carmen ran a show similar. So she was on my show and she said, oh, I love this idea. Let me do it, which was exactly what I was hoping for. Fred said the same thing. Oh, I love this. Let me do it. And who knows who else maybe saw this or see this. So saw me in the past or see this now and say, you know what? I want to do this. Also, Merlyn, and I'm actually going to get serious right now. Producing podcasts like what you're doing right now, it is the best professional development. We learn as podcast hosts not to interrupt. Sometimes it happens, but be careful. Don't interrupt. I do no prep needed because I want to learn. I used to be a Toastmaster, so I love table topics. I like when I don't know what's going on and I get to ask those questions because I haven't done any prep. So it's a little fun. I always start with, I don't know who the person is, but they're pretty brave because we go live like we're doing now, and then I turn it into a podcast. There's so much benefit you get. Like, take away the whole guesting thing. Running a podcast yourself will open up doors and it will open up your mind. And you will learn so much on how to communicate. You learn how to listen, right, Merlyn? You have to be focused and listening now in case I say something and you want to ask a question about it. You got to be on your toes. And then you take what you've learned as a podcast host and put it into your regular life, and especially on Chatter, and you become a rock star. And from there, you could start to do workshops. So I have, SCORE was great. I ran the, what was called the Fast Track program. I did the ELI mindset program. I'm very used to being, a moderator and facilitating. In 17, I was invited to the Big Giving. That was my first real job where I became an MC for an event. That was huge for me. I still have the connections from Melissa, if you're out there listening, please do it again. It was an amazing experience. And I think you have to say yes to the experiences. You've got to move forward, and podcasting just does so much for you. And look, I always say to people, if you want to know who I am, Google my name, because the podcast puts our name out there along with everything else. Hope that answers your question.
Oh, it sure did. And I just remember, yes, you are a Toastmaster. Just like me, I've been a Toastmaster since 2017, and I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. That's right. You have to put yourself out there. And one of the things I like about podcasting, I'm not only putting myself out there, but I'm putting my guests out there. I want them to talk about what they do so that the audience can get value from what you are sharing. So it serves so many purposes. Podcasting serves so many purposes. Thank you so much for sharing. At this time, I'd like to take a brief break from one of our sponsors. All right, so sit back and listen to this video.
Hello. I am Merlyn Clarke. And as the owner of Mac Leadership Solutions, I know you're driven for growth. The Mac Success Academy is your launchpad to capture those explosive moments and achieve the success you crave. For less than your daily coffee habit at $17 a month, you will gain access to live training, action-oriented teachings, and a library of digital courses that are written, audio, or video. Don't miss out on this investment in yourself. It's the key to unlocking the best year of your life. At under $1 a day, you'll gain the tools and strategies to dominate this year and beyond. Remember, lasting transformation demands action. If you yearn for more success, growth, happiness, and stability, the Mac Success Academy is your answer. It's time to stop wishing and start thriving. Join us today.
Okay, so we're back from our station break, and I hope you enjoyed that video. Now, Adrienne, tell us about your role as a sought after LinkedIn trainer. who offers workshops that are tailored to help professionals optimize their online presence and generate impactful leads.
So Merlyn, I'm not your average LinkedIn expert and trainer. And part of that is because A, I've been on LinkedIn since day one. My parents would walk by in the office and say, get off LinkedIn. And I'd say, no, no, no. And then when I explained it to them, I sat them down and I said, there's three things as a salesperson that we should be doing daily. Talk to your past clients. Make sure, do they need to do a reorder? Are they happy? Did they receive their merchandise? Work on what is present, making the quotes, getting the orders right in front of you. But where's the future, mom and dad? What is that going to look like? I think the answer is going to be LinkedIn. This is the way that maybe they're not ready to place the order, but I can continue to support them and I could do some posts. And they got quieter and they said, continue. 18 years. So I am different. I've attended a lot of LinkedIn workshops. I'm very different. First of all, I really understand business and the wisdom of working with pretty much every single industry out there in my 35 years of business that someone else really wouldn't know and understand it. So if I have a client that is in the meeting and event space or a client in the cannabis space or a client in the whiskey distillery space, real estate, I know all of it. I really do. It's an amazing knowledge that I have. So yes, we can all talk about your profile and your optimization and your about section. Yeah. That is all what you need. I really strategize with my clients. I find where are their clients? And maybe you cannot go on LinkedIn and search for a 62-year-old chubby woman. That's me, but I am losing weight. I lost 35 pounds, but you can't search for me, right? I could search for weight loss clinics, but I can't search for my niche market. A lot of my clients have no understanding of how to search, how to make sure that what does that communication look like? How do you do workshops? So you mentioned workshops. And if you don't mind, I do want to share chattersocial.io, and you can download the app in both App Store and you can download it in the Google Play Store. It's an amazing program. And so today I will be streaming both on Chatter, where people can ask questions live, and I will be streaming on LinkedIn because I want to share how important workshops are. And sometimes so let's just say, Merlyn, you wanted to do a workshop and you have a series that you want to share and you want to bring people in. You've got a couple options. We could do live like we're doing now. You could do it on Zoom or another platform. That's fine too. You could bring them all to Zoom or another platform and have a workshop that way. I want to show you how you can do the invites, what that looks like, how your messaging campaign will go, how you can download the attendees that are said yes, that they're going to go. Like there's so many things that you could do with workshops and they will work. They will help to get more eyes on your business. And there's other ways of doing it. Company store programs. I can't believe how many people don't have a company store, which by the way, I can't believe how many businesses do not have wait for it, Google My Business page. Like really? Google My Business? That's everyone should have that if you have a business. So I think it's really important. You should have, if you have a podcast, your podcast like this one, you create a company page for it and then bring people to the page. You could even have your RSS feed deliver right to LinkedIn so you don't have to worry about it. And that will have all of your podcasts when they go live, will go to your LinkedIn. So maybe there's some people out there that are seasoned as I am, have enough of the business experience and can teach LinkedIn. I haven't met them yet. And the weird thing about me and what I love is that I'm happy to teach those that are out there teaching LinkedIn workshops. Let me help you to do it correctly. Let me show you how you can add more value to your clients because I have no problem with that. When I work with my clients in LinkedIn, I'm the only one in their LinkedIn. Nothing is substituted. Nothing goes out of my fingers. I log in on your account. I log off on your account. Nobody sees your account. I don't read your messages. I have a system and it must be working because I'm getting the reviews. I'm so happy to have 15 positive reviews. And on Upwork, which I'm going to be talking about next week, because I am rated, top rated. I hit my $100,000 mark on Upwork. And to me, I love to share. I show you exactly what I do. That is my secret sauce, Merlyn. I give it all to you. And then I ask you if you understand it and if you have the time to do it. And for my clients that don't have the time to do it, I do it for you. I'm a really reasonable price. And see what I'm talking, you hear it in my voice. I love it. I love taking and making something so wonderful that the person whose account I'm working on gets more business. And that's what it's all about.
Wow. Wow. Thank you for that information. I never thought about creating a separate LinkedIn page for my podcast. That's something to think about and take actions on. So thank you for that great share. Wonderful.
You're welcome.
Now, tell us about your role as a certified master advertising specialist.
I love that. So first of all, I have my lifetime designation. So for all of you in the promotional products industry that still have to take all those classes and courses and essays, just do it. Do it. Go TAS to CAS to MAS. The MAS, and there's one more above, but I really don't need it because I have my lifetime. It means that we are the top 2% of the industry, that we have worked hard to make sure that we have taken so many courses. We've had to serve on boards. There's a lot to it. It's not something that, I could pay for and I get it. It's actually work. I'm very proud of it. It's something that I would like to see more of our industry do it, Masters of Advertising Specialties. And of course, that helps me with the consulting. And I have a nice reputation. And, that's the thing, everyone. Always be kind. Always be nice. No matter what, no matter if you're upset with your vendor, you know what? Admit that you're wrong if you're wrong. Don't try to blame it on someone else. All of these things will give you the kind of credibility and reputation that you need in the business world. And because of my reputation, I get a lot of requests for consulting, and I have to, I could take a few of them, and I'm only one person. I don't farm any of this out. So, so the only problem in my business, right, is that I can't sell my brain to someone else. So I have a beautiful website. I have my adriennebarker.com. Advice for everyone. Pro tip, make sure that you get your own name. Look for it. Look for your children's name for the small amount of money. Maybe, who knows what's going to happen in years from now. But I have adriennebarker.com. I opened up Professional Global Etiquette. And Sheila, like a collaborator, business, not official partners, but we work together, an accountability partner, did some work, and it's amazing. So she transferred over a lot of blogs, and I found out that I have 85 blogs, 47,000 words. So keep working on your articles and your blogs. Your business, your website can have value in the years that it's been. And so there's a lot that you could do with your website. Let that be the platform, and then use the social media to support your website.
Fantastic. Have that website, and use social media to support it. Great information. Great information. Now, are there any upcoming projects or events in which the audience can support you?
Yes, thank you so much. So as I said, I have the LinkedIn workshop today on Chatter. Merlyn, this is what I'm going to say. I believe, and I want you to correct me if I'm wrong, Merlyn. If you say you're a social media expert and you don't know Clubhouse or Chatter, I'm going to question how much of a social media expert are you? Because Clubhouse has been around for 4 years. The story of Chatter is just so juicy and beautiful. And Nelson Apega, who I've never met and only have heard his voice, and we see him live because Chatter is social audio video, which means that it's real conversations with real people. You can see each other. You can support each other in real time right now. It's amazing. So just want to say that. Do you agree with me, Merlyn, that if you think you know social media?
I do agree with you. And in addition to Clubhouse and Chatter, we are right here in the metaverse because I've
You're right.
experienced Clubhouse and Chatter and I love them. And here we are in the metaverse. So you can't get any more social than that. So I love this space. I love all three spaces. And I met you in Chatter and I've been to some of your rooms. So thanks for that great share. So tune in to Adrienne on Chatter today. Now, how can the audience connect with you?
So you may know Dora Maria, and Dora Maria is going to say to me, don't do it, Adrienne, don't do it, don't do it. But I'm going to do it anyways, Merlyn. Ready, everyone? 386-631-4577. That's not a burner phone. It's my cell phone. If you call me, I will answer. But just know I'm going to answer because my parents taught me, pick up the phone and answer it. It's easier to do it now than have to call the person back. So unless I'm in a meeting or on another phone call, I will respond. Now, if you're going to text me, this is what we have to do. So another pro tip, Merlyn, when someone like me is giving you the number, you have to say, hi, Adrienne, it's Merlyn. I heard you on, I saw you on, I read this, like whatever it is, and then ask your question. If you just say, are you available for dinner tonight? And you're not telling me who you are, I have to be careful because I am giving my number out. And if it smells a little fishy to me, I will delete it and block it because I have to be careful because I have to weigh the fact that I want to be available. I believe in really amazing hospitality. So I answer the phone, I pick up the phone, for my clients, I make phone calls if they need it out. Like I do all of that. So it's really important to me that everyone, and this is another thing, Merlyn, on LinkedIn, how do people find you? I've set up LinkedIn for clients and they don't have an email, they don't have a phone number. Like, what are you relying on? Do you really going to rely on like a contact us page? People want to make a decision at that point of time. So I use my phone. It's not a 855 number or another number from somewhere else. It's my real cell phone. I have no problem if you want to test me out, but just make sure that you tell me by text who you are. That is the best way. My website, I have adriennebarker.com. I have Professional Global Etiquette. I love to be sold to. So reach out to me on LinkedIn. Show me your best pitch. Let me see it. Let me feel it. I want to learn from you. I may not be the best cold caller. Maybe you're better than me. So I want to see that. And for all of you in business that say to your receptionist, I don't want to be bothered. Tell the printer person to go away. I say, if you want to grow a business, let them all in. Now, obviously, you don't want to interrupt or if you're in a call, but you know what? Let them know that you're interested. There were times where I would just say, hey, hold on for a second. I would walk out. I would greet the person. I'd say, I'm in a meeting right now. I only have like 1 minute, so you can't really sell me right now, but I want you to come back. Let's set up a time. Because they could easily teach you and they could easily become your client or a referral source. So always be kind, always be generous.
All right. Would you please repeat that number for me, Adrienne?
Oh, I would love to. I can repeat it in my sexy voice. Call me 386-631-4577. And I am here in beautiful Daytona Beach, Florida.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So there you have it. How to contact Adrienne Barker, MAS. I want to thank Adrienne for being here with us today and for sharing information to help us grow professionally and personally and how she has overcome obstacles that kept her stuck. And look at where she is at this point. So I thank you for tuning in with us today, and I hope you enjoyed Adrienne as much as I did. Again, a big shout out to the Hello team for their amazing technical skills. You have been an amazing audience, and I look forward to you joining me next month. Please connect with me at merlynclarke.com or on LinkedIn to learn more about my coaching programs And if you're looking for a speaker for your events, I am a professional speaker and I am available to serve as a keynote speaker, moderator, or host for your events. I'm also available to help you build strong, high-performing teams. So, as we leave, I'd like to leave you with a short video of my apparel line. And this is Merlyn Clarke of Let It Go and Flourish. Thank you, Adrienne. Until next time.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Ready to take your leadership mindset to the next level? Step into the world of Mac Leadership Apparel and gear up with t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, home goods, drinkware, and more. Each designed to inspire confidence in every step of your journey. Transform your daily routine with pieces that spark motivation, celebrate your growth, and help you stand out as a leader who's not afraid to be bold. Head to merlynclarke.com now and discover how your style can fuel your success. Don't wait. Lead your life, live your purpose, and show it off every day.